First tonight, though, we continue our Hayley's Law series. In the last few weeks, we've seen the Adelaide property manager do battle with plenty of tenants, but tonight she's siding with one of them, savaging a hand that feeds her. Here's Frank Pangallo.
Oh, how you going, man? You're fantastic. You're a little gimp.
You trying to make me out to do some...
Done nothing.
Previously on Hayley's Law. The enraged real estate agent goes on a rampage to silence internet trolls gunning for her.
I sit there with that stupid look and smirk on your face, because at the end of the day, obviously, I don't give a whether you're happy or not. I'm not happy about your site allowing people to put on there about me that's not true.
Ending in a shaky truce.
So I'm just some bloke that made a site that's obviously got out of control. I'm saying I'm happy to resolve it, and you're trying to build it into...
Shut the whole site. Other agents I've spoken to, and I've made a lot of phone calls, because like I said, I'm like a dog with a bone, so you want to take me on, be prepared to fight Satan, because I won't back off. Hello? Got those accounts here?
Did you only know you've got your cats inside? Look how damaged her blinds are. And all her screens are ripped. If I was that landlord, I would be pissed off. Don't come here mouthing off at me, I'll give you the fucking drum. Go get your little friend to come out and take her bill.
And sinks her claws into renters with forbidden cats.
Are you not understanding that I don't care what anybody says, it's what I say that goes. And I'm telling you, and we've told you repeatedly, that cat is not to be here. You have brought this all on yourself.
No, I have not.
Yes, you have.
You've done this.
Here's your bill. You're going to pay it? You're going to have nowhere to live soon, so good luck with that. I told you I'd get you out, didn't I? So good luck with that.
Tonight, Hayley sides with tenants.
When he started intimidating and, you know, doing stupid things, that was the last straw for me.
Being that she's a really good tenant, I went into bat for her.
You need to get a life. You got a little and you run around bullying women. Is that what you do?
That's what I do.
All right, you explain to me. You explain to me. Yeah.
And slugs it out with the landlord.
Get your trailer out.
Look at that! Yay!
You're a wanker.
Look at the other side!
Sparking a bitter war with a real estate rival. Then a sibling showdown.
Who was it then?
Let me out.
Let me out. Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? It wasn't me, you idiot. I'm as honest as they come. Even if I do wrong, I will say that I've done wrong. I don't care, because that's the way it is. I don't believe in lying. One thing I can't tolerate is lying.
Principles are important, according to Hayley Marley Duncan, which is why she says she fires up for landlords' rights.
Well, they have to bear all the costs because they have no rent coming in, and then they have to wait and they have to find their money then to pay their mortgage or feed their family because tenants aren't doing what they're legally obliged to do. As
for tenants,
we run hundreds and hundreds of rentals. A majority of them we don't even know they exist. They pay their rent, they pay their water once invoiced, inspections are all not an issue. We don't even know they exist, they're just there. That's majority of them, that's what we want. The ones that are going to give us issues, we don't want them.
We haven't had a problem. You pay your rent, look after your house, she's great, really good.
You know, you ring up, she comes out straight away, fixes it, and if you don't have any problem, she leaves you alone. You call a spade, and talk to you.
We do obviously work for the landlord, but in a case where a landlord does wrong, then we have to then look after the tenant.
And on that score, we're about to see it lead to an acrimonious fallout with Michael Palmer, a landlord who's been with her for 7 months.
That is you off though, doesn't it?
You know what?
Don't push me anymore. I'll have you up.
Face,
I'll have you up for assault.
No, I swear to God. Good luck with that.
I'll have you up.
Good luck with that.
Elsewhere, a fire is still smouldering. The peace she brokered with Home Truth website owner Ben Ricketts is falling apart.
Look at all these on here. This is just crap. I don't know how this guy is still allowed to have this site running. I'm going to start up a site about Ben Ricketts, see how he likes it.
Anonymous toxic rants about her and other agents around the country return.
And it could be anyone, but end of the day, there's always two sides to a story. You can't just write all this crap, and if they find me vile, then I find them even worse because they're living in people's houses and not doing the correct thing.
Despite a tough exterior, would it get to her?
Oh yeah, it does. You know, many a times, you know, I'll get up during the night and she's laying there awake and I say, oh, what's wrong? She says, oh, I'm just
going over what they wrote on that internet site and stuff like that, and you know, you try and say don't worry about it, but you know it does.
The quite personal remarks lead Hayley and husband David Duncan to suspect some estranged family members may be behind them.
Oh yeah, she doesn't get on with her own family at all, not at all. No, she let them go a long time ago. So yeah, we don't talk about them. We don't talk about any family. So it's quiet that way.
With her suspicions building, she decides to challenge her sister Karina, who runs her own real estate business just down the road from Hayley's.
You don't like Facebook, but you like writing on the Home Truth site, didn't you? I haven't been on the Home Truth. So Glenn told me it was you, because I rang him. Who was it then? Let me out. Who was it? Let me out now. Who was it?
They used to be really close, but yeah, now she doesn't even talk about her family. So yeah, it's better that way.
Who was it? It wasn't me, you idiot. I don't have... Whatever, you're fat. Lose some weight.
You're a waste of time and energy.
You know what?
I can lose weight, but still ugly.
Yeah, you're the ugly one.
Karina flees, denying any involvement.
Hayley, I can swear on my children's life, I have never done anything on the...
Well, if you didn't, who did it? Heidi and Melissa?
I don't know.
Oh, so you found out about it, and all of a sudden everybody knew about it. Someone you dealt with to explain that. No, you can't, can you? So I'm supposed to sit there. Here we go, Ben Ricketts got an email. Hayley, please try to be less abusive next time you feel the need to email me. I will remove the review when I have time later in the day. Less abusive. Oh my God, how would he like it? People writing absolute lies about him?
I thought, you know, just gutless people writing stuff on the internet site because they're too scared to come to the door.
Ben, well, you behave like an idiot and have a site which is slanderous. What the f*** do you expect? Get it off now, or you will be sued.
Well, it works. The site is taken down permanently. Hayley's actions sparing other agents from its spiteful contributors.
I don't actually think you're probably that bad, but your site has allowed the wrong people to use it inappropriately.
I see that. I've made a mistake, you know.
And I'm not perfect, and I've never said that I am, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't lie about things like that.
In the meantime, a dispute has arisen over a water bill involving Michael Palmer's tenant and his next-door neighbour, Charmaine.
Yeah, she's a very good tenant, very easy to get along with, which is what we want.
But there are two water meters, one at the rental where Charmaine lives and the other on Mr Palmer's side of the fence. Confusion reigns over which one applies to Charmaine.
I don't mind paying some of the water bill, but not the amount that it was. And I asked him where my water meter was, and he said my water meter is inside his property. So I thought, well, why would my water meter be in his house?
It's quite confusing, isn't it?
It's very confusing.
Which one should they have read? Well, both of them. Both of them. Did you tell them that? Yes, they knew that.
The only meter we read was the one on his property, so the confusion was which meter is actually relevant to her.
Hayley's office has video security because of ongoing threats and verbal abuse she and staff often receive.
Yeah. So, but the problem you've got, this is how I'm trying to explain the best that I can, is that your check meter and that meter, we can't calculate who's using the higher percentage and who's using more.
It records Mr Palmer going troppo when he won't accept what Hayley's trying to tell him.
There was no lawn at the back, no trees. I said, I pay for them. Put a lawn out, put some trees in. Don't worry about water. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll sort it out myself.
And we need a copy of that.
He's put in a bypass meter, which SA Water know nothing about. And I was trying to explain to him that I had to work it out correctly because I can't just bill a tenant. You know, I can't just guess a figure, it has to be justifiable.
She just started freaking out, going, you don't understand, and I'm going, you don't understand. She wouldn't let me explain that I'm not worried about the water that had already been, but now I do want it, but I didn't then.
He got all agitated, angry, told me not to worry about it, and then since then he's been texting me, ringing me, abusing me, started abusing the tenants. She's actually gone to the police this morning to report him.
Things go from bad to worse when Charmaine tells Mr Palmer she's moving out.
He took it very badly, intimidating, making noises at night time, then 5:30 in the morning banging the fence and running motorbikes up and down the fence line, starting his bus, running it, and then just walking past all the time. And his friends come over with their motorbikes and rev them up and get all the dogs barking and just intimidating.
Well, Did you do that? Lies. I ride my motorbike around, I won't deny that. It's motorbikes ride around here all the time.
5:30 in the morning?
Well, no, I haven't. I was riding at 5:30 in the morning. I'll show you the motorbike. It hasn't even got lights, so why would I be out there riding at 5:30? It's still dark at 5:30 in the morning, isn't it?
But it's about to turn really nasty. Hayley has a hunch Mr Palmer wants to snatch Charmaine's bond to settle that disputed water bill. So she beats him to the punch.
I don't know what he's carrying on about. He thinks it's his money, but bond money is not his money, it's a tenant's money. And I had the power to release it, so I did.
And so Mr Palmer sacks her.
They said they're not paying any more rent. From yesterday. And Hayley says they won't be paying any more rent. They're her tenants. She will take them with her. She can break the lease, she said. That's to do with her. She said she can do that.
What he ceases to realise, the lease is with us and we've ended it.
And rent?
Well, the rent's paid, so she'll pay until she leaves, which we're going to get her out tomorrow now. So because it's just getting, her daughter's petrified, has moved out, he's just harassing her non-stop.
Incensed, Michael Palmer and his wife hatch a plan to even the score.
We're going to park right out the front of her office. People will be coming, people are going to stop, people go in and out her office, we will be telling our story, and I will carry this on till those tenants are gone.
People don't give a mate, because people know what I'm like. You're a
They know you're an idiot. They know you're an idiot.
I'm an idiot, I'm a millionaire. You're a millionaire. Rubber living out of red, mate.
Ripping everyone off.
Oh, I rip everyone off.
It's a red rag to a raging bull as short-fused Hayley explodes.
I override you, so sucked in. You're just pissed off that I was a little step ahead of you, and you know what? You want to with me? Do it.
We're doing it.
Be ready for the repercussions.
We are doing it, right? We are doing it. We are doing it. We are doing it.
Step back.
Don't. You step back, pal.
Just step back.
I'm staying here. I'm on the footpath.
In my face.
Well, don't put your little
Get
finger
off
up
my property.
No, it's not your property. This is a local footpath.
This is my property.
Local footpath. Hey! Oh, that's all right. Do your bit. Look at this clown. Can I have my keys now? On Monday, we will be here to pick up our keys to go through the house.
Actually,
we've already done it.
They're going to move out on the weekend, so you can
That's
have them
good.
on Monday.
That's good.
You can have them on
That'll be
Monday.
all right then.
Then you can toddle off to your little Ray White. He told you all your bullshit.
It's nothing to do with Ray
that's
White.
Right. My marriage isn't rock solid, you moron.
Staff from the rival Ray White agency a few doors down come out to cheer on their new client, Mr Palmer. Hayley decides to turn the blowtorch on them.
Come on, open your door.
Well, it's slander. And he's obviously got Ray White fueling him because we take a lot of business from them.
She was smacking me, pushing me and that. I don't know if that's normal for her, but that's what she does. She bullies people and people get scared, but I don't scare. You bring it on, Hayley, if that's what you got to do. You push me, you do what you're going to do. You threaten me with your husband, that's fine.
It just shows what type of person he is. Because men shouldn't do that. And this is why all this wife bashing goes on, because women tolerate it, and he's just a bully, out and you know, plain and simple.
But you lost it as well.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't I? He's out there with a sign like the pathetic asshole that he is.
But it sets off a dramatic chain of events and ignites a feud with local police.
And because I take all their business, so good luck with that, you f***ing tool.
Next week, Hayley's shock arrest.
Apparently I threatened to stab the staff at Ray White.
The rival agent, with family links to the victims of the Kapunda triple murders, makes a stunning claim.
I don't make it my business to go around stabbing people, otherwise clearly there'd be a lot of stabbed people in this world.
Has Hayley gone too far this time? Or is it a conspiracy to destroy her?
It's not clear. Don't put your f***ing face in my face.
It's not clear.
Get out of my face.
Clear.
Get out of my face.
We don't understand, Hayley.
Yeah,
We know you don't understand.
No,
That's
you're
right.
dumb.
Thank you so much. Hayley's back tonight, and what a tumultuous week it has been for her. A terror attack, death threats, nuisance calls and hate mail. All that in a week at the Gawler office of South Australia's most talked about real estate agent, Hayley Marley Duncan. But tonight she's on a collision course with police when they arrest her for threatening to kill a rival agent. Frank Pangallo continues our series.
Are you a target now?
Probably, but you know what? They better be good because I do nothing wrong.
Hi, guys. Come on down if you want.
Tonight on Hayley's Law, a bitter war erupts with a rival agency.
Well, I don't really know the full story, but apparently I threatened to stab the staff at Ray White.
It gets Hayley arrested, leading to an untenable relationship with police